Lesson 3, Part 2 is about the Declaration of Independence. It says, written in the 1700s, the ideas of the Declaration of Independence became the foundation of American democracy. Its discussion of natural rights and the relationship between citizens and the government was new. The Declaration of Independence outlined the ideas that many of the delegates to the convention would use to build a new nation. It stated that everyone is created equal and has certain natural rights. The government's job is to protect these rights using the authority given to it by its citizens. The document can be divided into 3 parts: the preamble, the charges against King George III, and the formal statement of separation from the British government. Okay, so now we have the 3 parts right here that talk about how it's divided. So the first part, the preamble, is an introduction. In it, Jefferson writes about the rights that all people have that cannot be taken away. The second part is the second section, lists the ways the king violated the rights of the colonists. And the third section, the document concludes with a declaration that the 13 colonies are now independent United States. Okay, and this is an example copy of the Declaration of Independence. When we come back to school, you'll have to ask Miss Johnson. She has an actual life-size replica document of the Declaration of Independence that she can show you, and you can see a little bit clearer. It says 56 delegates signed the Declaration of Independence. In doing so, they put their lives at risk. They could have been accused of treason by the British government and hanged. Okay, so with the Declaration of Independence, this is a very large primary source, and this is why I split Lesson 3 into 2 parts, okay? These are parts of the Declaration, what that actually says. Now, the reading checkpoint at the bottom is what gives us the directions. It says, in your own words, analyze and explain what each section of the Declaration of Independence means. Okay, so in your opinion, what does it mean? So we'll do the first one together, and then I want to see what you guys think that these 2 right here mean. So the first part says, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights that cannot be removed, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So basically, putting it into your own words, what does that mean to you? And to me, the key parts that stick out are kind of this part right at the bottom. As you get older and you learn more about social studies, you'll hear this phrase a lot. Okay, so over here, I'll write what it means to me. And I'm going to say, all people have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, when you are writing what these mean to you, you can use what's in there. It's kind of putting it into your own words. Okay, so I'll read the next 2 sections to you, and then please pause the video and fill in what it means. So the second part says, he was refused his assent of laws, refused to follow the laws. He has combined with others to subject us to jurisdiction, or authority, foreign to our constitution, way of life, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent. He has plundered, robbed our seas, ravaged, destroyed our coasts, burnt our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. Okay? So remember, this part right here is going to be talking about the king, what the King of England did to the colonists. Okay? And the third reads, these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved, freed from all the allegiance to the British crown. They have full power to levy, make war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. Okay, so what are the colonies allowed to do is what you will write here. Okay, explaining it in your own words. So if you haven't done so already, pause the video and complete these next 2 boxes. And when you are done, resume the video and we will finish up lesson 3 shortly. Okay, so our last little bit of reading here before we get to the lesson 3 check. It says an important first step. It says Jefferson's original version of the Declaration of Independence had included a section that condemned slavery. Congress removed this section before the document's approval. Although the founders were divided over slavery, both Northern and Southern delegates opposed the clause referring to the practice. In 1776, the phrase, all men are created equal, did not apply to African Americans, American Indians, or women. In a letter to her husband, John, Abigail Adams famously asked him to remember the ladies as the new nation was formed. Abigail felt that it was not logical for the Patriots to fight and die for independence from the British if the rights of some Americans were ignored. Although the rights of all peoples would not be recognized until many decades later, the Declaration of Independence was an important first step in the recognition of individual rights. It was our first step into independence and being free states to kind of make our own laws and rules. Okay, and then below it just says that, Americans today celebrate the 4th of July to reflect on our freedoms. Many also enjoyed parades, foods, and fireworks. So this might be something that you do with your family around that time, and it's celebrated in July because that is when the Declaration, everything was finished and we declared our independence. Okay. All right. Lesson 3, check. We saw a lot of causes and effects going on. So they gave you the cause. The king violated the rights of the colonists. So you need to fill in 2 effects of that. So for the first one, maybe what did they write? We just talked about it. And the second one, what happened as a result of this writing? The colonies became what? Okay. 6, it says, describe how a colonist might have felt when reading the Declaration of Independence for the first time. Now think about it. This was a big step. What did that description of the picture for the Declaration of Independence say? So if you look back on page 216 and read the description of the picture, this will really help you answer this question. Draw inferences about how King George III might have reacted as he read the Declaration of Independence. What do you think? He owned all these colonies. He was the boss of them. So how would he have felt reading something that says, you're not in charge of us anymore and we want to do our own thing? Okay, how do you think he might have felt? All right, so that wraps it up for lesson 3. We will see you in the next video for lesson 4.